Welcome back to another video on the Red and Blue channel. Today we're sort of carrying on from where we was before. We're doing 5 signings to sort of turn the fate of a club around. Today we've chose Everton. They've had a little bit of a upsy down time at the moment. They've had a few managers come and go. So we've shortlisted together more than 5 players because we can't agree on anything. A certain amount of players that we think would be important in positions that we feel Everton needs some players. That would be 2 centre-backs for us, right wing-back position, the CDM position, and the cam position.
So we're also changing their formation to a 5-3-2.
Yep, that's worth pointing out as well. Right, so let's go straight ahead and see which players we have put in the shortlist.
So top of the list we got Jack Grealish. Obviously I've spoken a lot about him as a potential signing for United, and we did sign him on the United video. I do think this would be a really good signing for Everton. A lot younger than Sigurdsson, and obviously quicker. Probably got more potential definitely on this game if you look to that. But I'd say an all-round better player at the moment because I think Sigurdsson's on the way out a bit. If I'm not being too harsh.
No, I'd agree with that. Obviously he adds a little bit more creativity to the midfield. He's young still, bags of potential, bags of talent there. Move to Everton is potentially a step up for him as well. Then we've got Lorenzo Pellegrini, plays for Roma, I believe. No, yeah, we just had this debate actually. I was wondering if he was Pellegrini's son, I think it was, because he was in City's academy, Pellegrini's son. And I wondered if this was him because I thought, God, he's made it. Is this another Jadon Sancho situation? But we soon figured out that wasn't the case.
Especially because he's Italian.
And he's he's Italian, yeah. Anyway, yeah, again, same as Grealish, really young player, bags of potential. Arguably still yet to live his best. Also, it's worth pointing out this is potentially a realistic transfer as well. I'm not sure if he really plays that often for Roma. I don't watch much of the Italian league, if I'm being honest. But a move to Everton would help Everton's career. I believe it would help his career as well.
Yeah.
John Stones, the return of John Stones. Obviously, I'm a City fan trying to get rid of a player that's in my own team here. No, I mentioned in a buy, keep and sell video about John Stones. I reckon he'll possibly go. It's possibly time up. Obviously with him not meeting the sort of high standards of Pep Guardiola. So yeah, I feel like this is a pretty realistic one, to be honest. I feel like he'd accept the move as well because he doesn't have to get to know the club. He already knows that he was there for quite a lot of years, I believe. Stefan Savic, I know a lot about this guy.
Bully at your club, wasn't
he? Do you know what? I felt a bit sorry for him. Yeah, he was a bit like Nastasic. He sort of come in with this big sort of potential and look at how good this guy is above his head, and never really performed to the lofty expectations he was brought in with. Yeah, but he's a great player now, yeah, for Atletico. Again, another one that we let go, and you sort of look around and go, God, he's doing really well all of a sudden. Was it us that were holding him back? He's not the youngest player, but he's got bags of experience. Obviously, he's played for Atletico in really important games. Yeah,
probably
speaks
a
for
massive
himself.
Upgrade on Mina and Keane.
Well, on either or, yeah.
One of the main weaknesses in this Everton squad.
Yeah. Okay, Daniel Rugani.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, we don't watch much Italian football, but he's a man that's talked about quite highly, I believe, in and around the papers, and he's linked. I think he's been linked with us and maybe Arsenal in the past.
Yeah, he was linked with Arsenal long ago.
Yeah, so goodbye. Maybe it's time for him to move on from Italy. Obviously, they've signed De Ligt, so maybe not really a necessity anymore. Yep. Next one's Christensen. Andreas Christensen from Chelsea. Again, a good player. I believe he's been playing bits and bobs under Frank Lampard, but I don't know if he's been a preferred centre-back. I think he has and he hasn't. I think he's had spells in and spells out.
Yeah.
But I just feel Chelsea have got a lot of centre-backs, so we could exploit that.
He's another one of them players that they signed really young, and you think, oh, he's still young, and then you look at him and he's 23.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, we'll get on to another player who's a lot older than we thought he was later on.
Yeah.
But, Declan Rice, another one that made the shortlist. The start of the season, he was linked with a lot of clubs.
United a lot, Chelsea. I'm seeing now.
He was linked with us before we signed Rodri as well.
Yeah.
Quite heavily.
I think he's overrated.
I think he's all right. I feel like in a better team with better players around him, he's one of them where he'd shine. At West, I'm not saying West Ham haven't got good players. I have a lot of time for West Ham, if I'm being honest, as a City fan. But I feel like in that team he doesn't have the performers around him, and when he does have a sort of 11 out of 10 game, you really see it. But he can fade away sometimes, I think. But that might just be his age. He's only 20.
Yeah.
Got years ahead yet, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Decore. I didn't think this
Everton.
guy was that good until Nick mentioned him, and then I saw some of his stats.
Very physical.
Yeah.
Especially on FIFA, he's pretty good. I think he'd just be a good buy. I mean, Everton were linked with him when Silva was there. I just think he'd be good to beef up any midfield, really.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Thomas Delaney, not a player we know a lot about. Obviously, I see a few Dortmund highlights when I'm scouting Jadon Sancho for United. But yeah, he just looks like he's an engine, really. Got a quite high stamina, which is a big stat of his on the game. And yeah, I think he'd be a decent signing for Everton. Again, in that CDM role as Schneiderlin. Wasn't that impressed with him at United, and he's not really done that well at Everton.
You're just doing it to get him out of the team, aren't you? He's being butthurt. Serge Roberto. We can't believe he's 27.
No, I mean, I thought he was a lot younger than that. Doesn't seem a day ago he was scoring that goal against PSG, does it, really?
I know, yeah. But how long ago was that, when you think about it now?
It's been about 3 or 4 years ago, because Neymar was at Barca.
Yeah, he was, PSG. Yeah.
Imagine that, going to a club that you've just beat 6-1, and then, oh, mate. Anyway, he wants back to Barcelona, Neymar.
Again, yeah, good player in his position. Surprised he hasn't got a move yet. I feel like at this point in his career he should be sort of looking, maybe maybe before this he should have, but even more so now, challenge himself.
Semedo's up above him, isn't he, in the pecking order? But
definitely, yeah.
I suppose it's not bad winning titles at Barcelona sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose so. Then we've got Klosterman. Nick put this guy forward.
Yeah, again, I just like the bits and bobs I have seen of German football, which is just YouTube highlights before anyone calls me out on it. Obviously, good FIFA player. I know about this guy a few career modes ago. With Blackpool, I signed him, and he was a real monster for me. So yeah, I put him forward for this one.
Okay, so that's all the positions we've got. What we're going to do, we're going to go through them. We're going to fine-tune them a little bit. We're going to possibly argue. And then we're going to put them all into the team, and we'll possibly see you again then. Here's our boy. There he
Ad's
is.
first choice.
Stefan Savic. Welcome to Everton. Grealish. What's that dodgy logo on his?
Right, let's give Mr. Guardiola a call, eh? Let's call him up for a little old meeting in the office. Of Mr. AA Manager.
Look at him, he's shaking hands with greatness there.
Yeah, Pep's shaking hands with AA Manager greatness.
Yeah, Pep's got pictures of AA Manager on his bedroom wall.
Pep's in awe of him, mate. Let's offer Yerry Mina.
Oh, shit, he is. Oh, he's not going to have him. He might take Mason Holgate. He's not.
Offer Yerry Mina. Oh, he's interested. My man Pep, I'd play him like a fiddle. Hey, there we go.
Okay, so shortly after making this signing, me and Nick realised Everton don't have a great transfer budget. Surprise. So we had to sell quite a lot of players to bring in the remaining players you're going to see in this video. Okay, welcome back. It feels like an age since we last spoke. After a few tight negotiations...
bit of wheeling and dealing.
Penny pinching. We've sold a few. We'll show you those in a minute so we can make way for a few. Obviously, Everton's transfer budget isn't the best in the business. Decore, who was our first choice, first CDM, actually ended up going to Lazio. Traitor.
So we ended up signing Pellegrini in something a bit different.
Amount of positions you can play, really. Grealish, as you can see.
Wearing that skipper's armband.
For some reason he's wearing the skipper's armband. And Stefan Savic. Do you know, I think that skipper's armband should go to John Stones.
Maybe, yeah.
He knows what the club's about, doesn't he?
We can talk about it.
So as you can see, the overalls are pretty good.
You will be quite happy to know with included in the John Stones deal. Just to remind everybody, it was my suggestion to put Yerry Mina in there, and Pep Guardiola obviously went for that deal. So,
which I found quite funny. In fact, in the next video, we might actually put in the transfer negotiations because it is quite funny.
We'll leave that one in, I think.
Some of the offers that Nick comes up with are actually quite good. Okay, so this is the team. As you can see, the changes we've made in there. So obviously we've got Pickford in net, which is the same as Everton are used to. Changed the formation up a little bit there with a 5-3-2. Stones sort of at the central of that midfield. Holgate and Savic either side of him. Luka Digne on the left and Klosterman on the right. Then in the midfield, as you can see there, we've got Jack Grealish, Andre Gomez and Pellegrini, which actually looks really good. And then up top, we've got Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin.
Tasty front line.
As you can see on the bench, we've got Sims, who's quite a highly rated player, I believe. Moise Kean Gabamin, who's... I'm not if I'm pronouncing his name right. He's supposed to be a pretty good player as well, I believe.
Alex Iwobi, Arsenal legend.
Not sure if he's such a great player. I really wanted to put Delph on the bench, but
we need an attacking option, really.
we didn't do that. So let's sort out the roles dead quickly. Okay, yes, so there's the roles that we've got set up there. So we've got Stones as captain, Digne on the free kicks, every free kick basically, Richarlison on the pens, Grealish on the left corners, and Digne on the right corners. We'll just jump over to the tactics really quickly. We are going to sim these games, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think, but we'll do that anyway.
We'll see if we can affect things tactically. I always go pressure and heavy touch. I don't know about you.
Yeah, the pressure and heavy touch are constant. If I'm playing with City, constant, because that's how we play.
I'd say pressure and heavy touch.
Yeah.
Just with
Bit of width, bit of depth from the team, I reckon. Because we've got some young defenders to be able to sort of get back.
Yeah, how do you want to play?
Attacking wise, I'd put fast build-up, pretty fast front line there with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I suppose we've got 5 at the back, haven't we? So.
I'd give them sort of max width with our full-back, stretch the team as much as possible and get us a few players in the box.
Yeah.
Not sure if you'd agree with that, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah? I just normally leave them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Don't
Let's
really
leave them
touch
as
that. Right, okay, brilliant. So the team's set, the team's ready to go. We will
see you back in January.
Speak to you again in Jan.
Right. Let's see where we are in the table.
Okay, in the Premier League, 10th.
We're 10th. Not good. Not that good.
Not that good.
Where did the board want us to finish? I didn't even look.
Well, I'm looking at the previous seasons, Everton. So the last 3 years they've been 8th and 7th.
Sort of around that mark.
Yeah, so almost no different, if anything worse, so far. Which is
Let's see how this. We've got a lot of draws. Let's see how the squad's getting on. Ooh, looks like Gomez's got an injury. So Savic has gone up a rating. Digne has gone up. Calvert-Lewin's gone up. Richarlison, Grealish,
Holgate's not really, is he?
No, I thought maybe they've played Keane. Not told us.
I mean, I reckon we should take Gomez out, obviously, if he's injured.
Put Gabberman in because he's got a red frowny face.
Yeah. Yeah, the rating's growing quite nicely. Slow progress, I guess. We'll get Gomez swapped out of this team, and then we'll sort of sim it to the end of the season, see how we've got on, if we've still got a job. Okay, there we are now. We're at the end of the season.
Let's see where we finished and if we still have a job.
What's going on in the Prem, first and foremost. Oh,
we did a bit better. We got 10 wins in the second half of the season and cut back on those draws.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the teams that are up there, I suppose we've not done too bad. The teams that we finished below.
Look at that. You did an unbeaten season, didn't win the league. As City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's unreal.
You guys lost a lot of games, didn't you? 109 and 106 points.
That's ridiculous.
Hell.
I told you how favoured Liverpool are, and I feel like because we picked Everton, they've gone, oh, they must be Everton fans.
Yeah.
They've just like coded this game and gone, nah.
That's how the algorithms work, guys. That's how they work.
That is it. That's how they work.
Okay, let's see how we got on in the cups as well. This will be interesting.
Man did sim till after the FA Cup final was scheduled to play, just in case we got there. But you can see we got knocked out in round 5.
Oh, very nice. Got by Newcastle as well. Yeah.
Ouch.
Let's see how we got on in the League Cup. Okay, so you can see we got knocked out by our cross-city rivals, Liverpool there. It was destined to be, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's
When I
have a
saw
look.
it simulate through, I did say we're out. And as it was, we were. Let's have a look and see if we've improved some players. It's slow moving, isn't it? Slow moving.
Gabinha as well has gone up a little bit. It is
Iwobi's gone up.
slowly growing there, you can see. I think if we get a chance second season, I think this team could really compete and get up there.
Yeah.
Grealish and Pellegrini are really starting to grow. Digne is Poster on the other side.
Yeah.
If we had a chance to do 5 more signings, I'd possibly get a centre-back.
Yeah,
and maybe
to go
a
in there.
prolific striker.
Yeah, I feel over Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Maybe for a big striker.
But
we've called it 5 signings for success for a reason, I guess.
right, let's first things first. I'm gonna pop Gomez back in there.
Yeah.
He's still not. Oh God, leave it alone. Okay, let's see where we are.
If we're coming back for another season.
Let's see if this video is going to carry on or if we're going to get sacked.
Ooh, we just got another go.
Okay. We've been given another
Somehow.
go. Okay, here we are in the new season. We just about scraped through by the skin of our teeth. Let's see what
definitely.
our transfer budget is. Okay, not really gone up that much. It was about that last season, I think, but given where we finished, I'll somewhat accept that. Okay, so upon starting the new season, me and Nick noticed the ambition from the board was to qualify for the Champions League. Obviously the series had initially been named 5 signings for success, so we decided to scrap that a little bit and just make it signings for success, as there was absolutely no way we're going to meet them expectations with the team that we've got. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, so this is the team obviously going into the second season. We're going to make a few more signings, a few more areas we want to just improve. We've got the requirement this season from the board to qualify for the Champions League. So we want to bolster the squad a little bit. So what we're possibly going to do is bring in definitely a centre-back and definitely a striker. Can you think of anyone else, Nick? Or?
Maybe a centre mid, just to sort of back up, rotation.
Okay.
Be good.
Yeah.
Maybe backup keeper because we've only got a 65 rating on the bench.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah. Stecklenberg must have retired.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll go off and make those signings now.
So we signed a couple more players. We're going to sign one more, a goalkeeper. I think just because we're simming games and we've got unrealistic expectations on this one. But yeah, we've signed Andreas Christensen from Chelsea. We offered Michael Keane as part of the deal, and Frank Lampard bit my hand off for 20 million, which I thought was quite good. Then we signed Kevin Volland, who isn't much of an upgrade, but he is a good striker, and I do think he'll do well. We also offered St. Tossen, and we got him St. Tossen in 26 mil. He did ask for a 57.5 million release clause, and we nearly walked out at that point, but we thought we'll give him another chance.
We don't like release clauses in this game, do we, Nick? We do not like them.
Especially, it could just sneakily get activated.
So now we've got a short list of goalkeepers. I quite like Birdley,
He's going to be the first choice.
Nick
Let's
laughs,
go for it.
but I do think he's a good shot stopper for a keeper.
Quite high rated on the game.
Kepa,
We're going to offer Jordan Pickford as a sweetener, by the way, because we've not got a great lot of funds for keepers.
Yeah, Pickford. Nothing against Pickford. He's 26, and keepers play a big part in this, like Nick said. And then also there's the Lloris situation. If you look at his price compared to
I'd
Leno.
go Bird, Leno, and then Lloris, to be honest, because obviously Kepa's 25. It's only 1 year.
Yeah.
Younger than Kepa. Let's go Leno first.
But there are options. We'll come back to you once we've agreed a fee with the club, and one of these players are in the team anyway. Okay, that team looks pretty good, if I'm being honest.
Well, let's give it a go. I mean, we could arguably leave Calvert-Lewin in for Kevin Volland. I know we signed Kevin Volland.
So now you're going back on your idea. No,
we'll leave Volland in.
I think we should leave it like that. Is there anyone down here who should really be playing?
No.
There was someone watching this video screaming out, going, "Play this guy!" Well, and then we're just ignoring him. Anyway, sucks to be you if that's the case. Okay, let's sim to January. Hopefully our manager rating isn't 41. And we'll see how we've been getting on. Okay, here we are in January. Let's see how we're getting on. Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. We're doing some bits.
That's a lot better than last season.
Definitely.
Wow, look at Wolves as well.
See that goals conceded? That's Hugo, that mate. Effect.
I feel like getting rid of Pickford has actually really Done
the
us
right
a big
decision.
favour there.
As much as I like Jordan Pickford because of everything he did at the World Cup, but
City haven't lost a game for a season and a half.
wow, only conceded 9 goals.
Let's see how we're getting on in the cup so far. Oh.
Ooh, we're in the semi-finals, but whether we get through or not is a different story.
What's our journey been like so far then? So
4-0 over Leeds. That's
4-0
pretty decent.
away.
Mate.
That's I guess the mark will be Elsa side.
Round 3. We were in 2-0 at Brentford.
Easy draw, I guess. Semi-final. They're not played at Wembley, are they, in the League Cup? No, it's a home and away tie,
it's
isn't
2
it?
legs, isn't it? Yeah, home and away.
Might struggle over 2 legs, I think, against them.
Got to do them at home. That's it. Got to do them at home. Look how see how the team's doing at the minute.
Vaughan's gone up a rating. Grealish is really growing now, isn't he? That midfield actually in general is looking pretty tasty. Lloris is dropping a bit, obviously.
Still a quality keeper.
Um,
Dinier's gone up to 85, Klosterman 84, 82, 84. Yeah, decent side, you know.
Yeah, I think I do think that is a good team, to be honest. Pretty fearful, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's sim to the end of the season, see how we get on, see if we can get that Champions League spot. That'd be amazing, or just a spot in Europe for me. Maybe get to a final or some sort of silverware. That'd be nice. Catch you again at the end of the season. Okay, so here we are at the end of the season now. Let's see how we got on first and foremost in the Premier League. Wow.
And you finally lost a game. Must have been to Liverpool.
Wow, we finished third. 92 points.
Oh, we finished third as well. I was looking at the title race. But wow, we really came on in that second half of the season. 92 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well done us.
Okay,
we have worked some wonders.
We've made some good signings there. Okay. And he went down. Let's just see who went down to the last. Cardiff, West Brom and Burnley. Okay, no real big surprises, I wouldn't say.
Just Cardiff getting up.
Okay, let's see how we got on in the cups.
Oh,
no one wants to see that.
I don't like that.
Where did we go out?
A couple of rounds. Round 4, maybe?
There we go. Round 5. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Always Liverpool.
Pretty tight one,
Liverpool.
though. We scored at Anfield.
Don't win at Anfield anyway, Everton. They got beat back. So.
Okay, let's see how we got on in the other cup.
We didn't get to the final. 4-3 on aggregate.
Do you know that's good? 2-2 away at City is good.
7-0 Liverpool beat Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean...
Jesus. How OP they are on this game is unbelievable.
It really is. It knocks me sick, actually. Okay, fantastic. Really happy. I'm actually really happy with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I also feel like because we've got Champions League, we need to do one more season. It might be in a separate video. But
see how we get on.
Yeah, we need to do another season. And sort of...
Let's just have one last look at the squad. Should we?
Yeah.
Oh, Richarlison's come on, hasn't he? Big boy. Look at Grealish and Pellegrini.
Wow.
That's a decent team, that.
That midfield is tasty.
Look at that bench as well. Even that bench is nearly all 80 rated.
Yeah.
Which is a big achievement, other than the keeper, obviously.
Calvert-Lewin's enjoying himself.
It might be a chance where we need to maybe upgrade the keeper and maybe a centre mid, I think, with Champions League.
Yeah, maybe Gomez. Get a new holding role there. Maybe go back for Decore, who knows.
Anyway, yeah, pretty happy with how that went, mate.
Yeah, I'm happy with that too, happy with the way it went. Please tune in for part 2 when Everton take the unknown trip into the Champions League.
Obviously, Carlo Ancelotti, just want to put it out there, if you want any tips, we're here.
We're right here.
We're right here.
Just offer Seamus Coleman out to everyone. That's the way you do it.
That's it. I'll toss him when he comes back.
Go to Chelsea. Frank Lampard doesn't seem to know what he's doing with negotiations. So.
No, but it's Guardiola. He accepted Stones.
I wonder how Yerry Mina's getting on at City. Anyway,
he's on the bench.
If you have enjoyed this, if you enjoy these kind of videos coming from us, then let us know.
Let us know, yeah.
I quite enjoy doing them, to be honest. They're quite funny. Sort of the negotiation part. I'm going to add that into the later videos, the actual negotiations. I'm going to make that part of the video.
We might keep the Yerry Mina one in this one, to be fair.
Yeah, I possibly. There might be a few little bits here and there where I was having laughing fits and Nick was putting in strange, different types of negotiation tactics.
You just gotta be big, go bold, mate. So obviously, if you watch this video before we release the other one, any suggestions you've got?
Yeah,
Happy to sign anyone else. Any suggestions for clubs? Also welcome. Doesn't necessarily have to be Premier League.
100%.
I've been thinking AC Milan would be a good one to do at some point.
Yeah, possibly. There's a few in lower leagues as well that might be quite interesting, like a Sunderland one. Obviously, they just dropped to League One, so it doesn't really matter where they are in the hierarchy. To be honest, it just means it'll be a little bit more challenging for us.
And maybe a little bit longer as well.
Yeah, definitely. But we've got the hours. We're not doing anything else, to be honest. If I'm being honest.
Neither's anyone really, but there it is, lockdown life. Anyway, please like and subscribe.
And we'll catch you in part 2 of the Everton FC rebuild.